Politics in Kenya is getting more interesting and more lively. An evil secretly committed in the dark is always exposed in broad daylight. And that seems to be the situation happening now between Rigathi Gachagua and his former communication strategist, Wunjiri Wambugu. For some days now, Wambugu has been spilling the beans. I want us to have a look at some posts made by Wunjiri about 1 hour ago as I speak. For the posts are going to inform the basis of our analysis, any discussion. Before we have a look at the post, let me start by saying this. One day in Kenya's politics is a very long period of time, and so many things can happen within that one day. And that's why I've always maintained that it's still too early to talk about 2027. It's still too early. But looking at the prevailing political situation in the country, I won't be wrong to say that in the event our politics will remain ethnic or will be played along tribal lines, then two camps will emerge. One camp will be led by William Ruto, the president. Another camp will be led by Rigathi Gachagua, whether he will be on the ballot or not. So we'll have those two camps being led by Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua. And I'm making that assumption in the event our politics will be played along ethnic lines, just the way they have all along been played. If Kenyans will stop their ethnic votings, then it will be very hard to stop Matiang'i in 2027. I'm seeing those as the political realities as we head towards 2027. And if Kenyans are serious they want to send Ruto home, then they must stop their ethnic and tribal voting. Let's have a look at what Wunjiri Wambugu is saying. Meanwhile, I have just remembered a former PA recently told us how Gachagua used to get 25 million every week from the GOK confidential fund. 25 million, that was unaccountable. Where do you think he took it? Wambugu is saying that recently, Gashagua's PA informed him on how Rigathi Gachagua used to get 25 million every week. In a month, Rigathi used to get 100 million. And all that is as a result of corruption. Wunjiri goes on to say this. For those who don't know, Gachagua wants to sneak back into power whilst the loyal opposition pushes Ruto out under one term. We must keep remembering that Gachagua is worse than Ruto. Wambugu goes on to say this. Meanwhile, we continue to wait for Gashagua's update on Honorable Koimburi's health status. Now that he posed for photos and used him to attack government, he must also tell us whether Muhesh is getting better. Let's put those three posts into perspective for Kenyans to understand what's happening here. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Let's proceed. For a truthful analysis, this is the place to be. We don't massage anybody's political ego here. We call it as it is without fear or favor. Gonjiro Wambugu has been a very close Rigathi Gachagwa's ally for almost the 2 years Rigathi served in Ruto's government. So he knows Rigathi Gachagua very well, more than any other person. It's emerging that weekly, Rigathi was getting 25 million Kenya shillings. In a month, that's 100 million. And it's clear all those were proceeds of corruption. Rigathi is the lead figure in the opposition. And even if he was to support another candidate in the opposition, and that candidate wins 2027 election, Rigathi will still be calling shots in that government. Before some Kenyans voted in William Ruto, Ruto's track record was out in public. In this forum, we kept making a lot of noise, warning Kenyans against Ruto. But we were told hiyo mwizi ndio tunataka. And now with Ruto as the president, the same Kenyans are complaining that Ruto is stealing everything. Ruto is not delivering. Rigathi's track record has been in the public domain for some times. The way he started off his politics, we've not forgotten the circumstances that led to Rigathi Gachagua being sacked from Moi's government. It's alleged he misappropriated a relief food. All these things are out in the public domain, but some Kenyans don't want to listen. They will go ahead, vote for Rigathi Gachagua and his team, after which they will start crying that Rigathi is worse off than Ruto. My people perish for lack of knowledge. Kenyans should aspire to acquire knowledge. Gonjiro Wambugu is also talking of Rigathi Gachagua's desperation to come back to the government. Let me tell you, Kenyans, if today William Ruto extends an olive branch to Rigathi Gachagua, Rigathi Gachagua will willingly and gladly return to Ruto's government. If only William Ruto was to extend an olive branch to Rigathi, Rigathi will rejoin Ruto's government. So as Rigathi and his team says one term, Kenyans must understand that all those are political theatrics. At the right time, should Ruto extend that olive branch, Rigathi will go back to Ruto's government. What has happened to Juja MP Koimburi? We saw Rigathi holding a press conference telling Kenyans that Koimburi was kidnapped by Ruto's government and that he was forced to inhale some poisonous substances. It later emerged that all those were theatrics. Upon the government exposing how Koimburi kidnapped himself, which in one way or the other makes sense, Rigathi and his team have been silent. And when I talk about all these things, I'm not taking sides. If carefully you listen to the government talking about Koimburi's fake abduction, and you listen to Rigathi Gachagua's side of the story, the government was making more sense than Rigathi Gachagua's team. And that's why, in one way or the other, I'll also not be wrong to say Koimburi's abduction was staged by the opposition. So, if those are the leaders Kenyans want to elect to replace William Ruto, Kenyans will be in a deeper hole than they are today. In 2022, Kenyans had an option of choosing either Ruto or Raila Odinga. Truth be said, Raila Odinga was a lesser evil than Ruto, but Kenyans went for the most dangerous evil. In 2027, if it will turn out to be a Ruto Rigathi battle, William Ruto will be a lesser evil. Rigathi is worse off than William Samoei Ruto. And that's the truth. I'm not taking sides at all. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned for our next analysis by subscribing. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya.